Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and I'd like to welcome you back to another Whips, Bits and Chat. Right, so what have I got up for you for today? I don't know. I'll have to have a think. Brain cells are not quite up to scratch yet, and I'll explain that in a little bit. So first up, of course, we have our video roundup for this week. So there was a tutorial that went up this week, a magazine look-see, and of course our Throwback Friday. So let's get on with the video tutorials. Yes, pluralised, there was two. So let's get on with those first. Now the very first one up was of course the puzzle motif in 3 different sizes. Now there has been a couple of issues on this video. I need to explain. When I actually made the parts for this video, it was basically back the same sort of time as the Throwback Friday episode, and so my brain really wasn't in gear at all. I had COVID and a lot of other stuff going on that I didn't want to say on the channel at that point. So I'd done the work, I'd lost the files, I found the files, I thought I put it together sensibly. It turns out it wasn't overly brilliant. Okay, so there are a couple of verbal mishaps on it. So some of it I've managed to catch during editing, so that is written on the screen. Another one of our gorgeous new crazies has picked up on, so the details for that puzzle piece and the section that was mucked up is in the description box of the video. Please remember, when watching any of my tutorial videos, before you start the project, always read that description box, because if anybody has noticed a mistake within the video, most of you guys are really lovely and you point it out to me, which is what I would like you to do. That way I can fix the issue by popping a modification, or whatever needs to be put will go in the description box under a heading that you guys can lovingly call, oh gosh, she's mucked up again. So that video now contains an oh gosh moment in the description box, and of course one that was picked up during editing. Now the next item out was again another tutorial. Now this was for the puzzle piece pocket scarf for little kids. Now with this pattern I have teamed up with Sabrina Melliger, and she has made the hat pattern that goes along with it. Now this is my version here. Okay, so there is my scarf, that was the one that was made during the tutorial, and this is the hat. It is a bobble hat. It doesn't sit so brilliantly on Dora. She needs to grow her head, but not yet. Then the next video out was of course a crochet magazine look-see, and it was for Inside a Crochet issue number 139. So that's got some absolutely cute pictures in it and some really gorgeous patterns. So if there are any in there that you like the look of, and you're in another country so it's going to cost you an absolute arm and a leg to get the book, put a message in the description box and I will then pop back into that magazine, have a look, get the maker's name, the name of the pattern, and do some searches and see if I can find a copy of the pattern somewhere else on the internet. Sometimes we are lucky. We have in the past found stuff on Ravely for free, or on Etsy for free, or even a tutorial on good old YouTube. So you never know, there may be a chance that we can find the pattern for free. If not, it may be a pay for pattern, but at least you'll be able to get your hands on that pattern. Right, and then our very last video up this week was of course our Throwback Friday and number 46. Now of course this is the one from back in February, where it was the week that will not be mentioned after this point. Okay, this is a COVID week, so it was a very, very quiet week, which is why within the throwback there are more than 2 Sunday episodes. Oh, I've forgotten. Whips, Bits and Chat, there we go. I'm making one and I couldn't even remember what it was called. Yeah, okay, so within the throwback there are a couple of Whips, Bits and Chat, a magazine review and another one. Yeah, so there was 4 videos in that one combined. So So have fun watching that. Now all of those videos will be linked up here, and they will have popped up, oh, up there, sorry, and they will have popped up as I was talking to them, because hopefully I've remembered to put them in. Right, so and now let's go on to what else have we been up to this week. Right, so of course on Tuesday we had a Tuesday live, and now that was really lovely. I'm sorry it was only an hour long, but I just got back from the, got to get it round the right way, chiropractors, that's it, and they had been tweaking my neck and my back. And so it meant that I was sitting up nice and straight because the back worked beautifully, but the neck triggered off spasms and stuff in my shoulder, because of course I've got a slip disc there. So it was a spasming, and I end up getting a cluster headache that will then turn into a migraine. So during the live I could feel the cluster headache building and building and building. So that is why I shut it off after about an hour, because I wouldn't have been able to stare at the screen for much longer than that. So then I did actually a crash at about 2, I think. Hubby ended up getting the daughter from school, and I spent the rest of the night either asleep on the sofa or managed to get up to bed and crashed on the bed. Now the following day of course was another live for the evening, and now that one got called off as well, because again with the cluster headaches and the migraine, it had faded off for first thing in the morning, but by about midday it started building up again. So it wasn't so good, and that is why I cancelled it, because I would have been sitting here with a face mask on completely like that, not seeing anything, not being able to read anything, and looking like a complete womble. So that is why I didn't do that, because as you guys know, I'm not here for sympathy, I'm here for fun and giggles. This is my escape from reality. So I want to keep it that way. So that is why there was no live, so apologies for that one. We'll pick it up again next week, I'm sure. Right, so that's the lives. The cluster headaches have carried on, so at the moment I'm managing to do a bit of work in the mornings, and by dinner time on Thursday I'd crashed, or I crashed after dinner on Thursday. Friday's today, I'm recording on a Friday. I'm doing alright at the moment. I've made it to about, what are we on, 1 o'clock, and the cluster headaches aren't quite there yet, so I'm hoping that the muscle spasms and everything have now calmed down and I'm just back to my normal shoulder cramp. But we'll just have to wait and see. Right, so let's have some fun. Now let's have a look at the completed items I have made this week. So the first thing I made up this week was a couple of items using my Centro. Now I did this because I had tried a few times to crochet a couple of different stitches using this yarn, but it was just too crazy for me. It was too, the stitches and the colour combinations didn't work well for me, because as some of you know, I'm not too good with very crazy yarn. So the yarn I have used is the Colton Simply Soft. Now I was sent this by Jen, so thank you ever so much, Jen. I have now used it and I can say I've actually used a Colton Simply Soft. So it is an absolutely beautiful soft yarn. I did love working with it, and it slid on the hook absolutely beautifully, but as I said, for me it was too crazy, so that's why I popped it through the Centro, because of course I can't knit. But it's a knitting machine, so at least this way I can show you what the yarn would look like knitted up. Okay, I don't know what the stitch is. It might be a purl, it might be a knit, I haven't the foggiest. But here we go. This is from One Ball, and it's a little kiddie scarf. Pom-poms will be added later, which is why there is still strings and I haven't finished sewing in my ends. But there we go, and that is what the colourway looks like worked up on a 48 needle Centro knitting machine. That's one side, and there's the other. Okay, so that's the scarf. I'll shove that around my neck for a second. I might as well. It's actually quite nice. It's quite warm as well. It's double layered because of the Centro. but even then it's quite a nice thick feeling yarn. Now the next items I made, of course these need finished off as well. They need some pom-poms. But I made 2 kitty hats using the same yarn, but the second ball. So I had 2 balls of this Simply Soft sent to me. So that is 2 kitty hats made, which of course are double thickness, and will need a pom-pom too. So that's not bad going for how many grams? What's the info on the label? The label is 5 ounces or 141 grams. There is approximately 235 yards or 215 meters. Okay, so the colourway that this is called Times Square. Okay, so that is the Carlton Simply Soft in the colourway Times Square, and that is what it looked like once I've done it on the Centro. Right, so that was the one completed item for this week that I can show you. I can't show you any others that have been made, although there actually hasn't been anything. I can't show you those because they are for next week's Christmas set of videos. So on to the next bit. Right, so what I did during the mornings was, because I needed to sit bolt upright and keep my head facing straight, I couldn't keep looking down because that was putting more pressure on my neck. I sat in here typing away and typing up patterns. And so we now have some new additions to the Ravelry shop. Right, so the new patterns that are now up on the Ravelry shop store are the Christmas gift card holders. Now this is hashtag 12 and 12A, okay, in the video file for all of the patterns that have already been shown. But this is the written form, so if you prefer to work with a written pattern maybe alongside the video, you could grab it here. Now this actually has 8 different patterns in the within the one pattern, so it's not a bad little deal. And then the next one up, of course, is the puzzle scarf. And that one went up as well. Then we had the, I've got to find it. Biddy baby blanket and a Biddy baby's hat. Depends on which one you want to look at. Okay, so that's the Biddy baby blanket and the Biddy baby hat. Now, they had to be put up separately. So what I have done is I've put them on a promotion. It's an automatic promotion. So if you put both of those into your basket, then you will receive a 10% off discount. So it brings it down to the price that I wanted to charge for the one pattern on its own. But if you don't want both, then of course you have the option then to pick up either the Biddy baby blanket or the Biddy baby hat, depending on your needs. And also, if I get it written up in time, it will be getting done once this video is complete. I have got a new release. Now this one is called Pops. It's the Pops baby blanket and the Pops baby hat. So here is the sample. I will show you a little bit of the Pops baby blanket. I haven't actually done the old straightening out trick yet. So there is the Pops baby blanket. And there is the wrong way around, the Pops baby hat. Now these patterns, although they look a little bit more complicated, aren't actually that bad. They are quite simple. It is just a 2-stitch combination, and it's worked mainly in double crochets. So those patterns will also be up by the time this video is done. And I will be doing them on the same 10% discount offer as well. So grab a copy of those. I don't know when the videos will appear on YouTube, if at all. Now of course the other patterns are still on Ravelry, which are the wine box, a Naughty Santa wine box holder, and the Cheat Naughty Fairy wine box. Now these two of course don't have tutorials out on the channel yet, but keep an eye out for Christmas presents for you guys. There is also the giant unicorn pillow, the spider pillow. the free poppy brooch challenge pattern. Then you've got Moose Loose Built This House, or as I said on here, it is the Moose Play mat. That also has the border description for it as well, and that is a gingham border. You've got the cupcake blanket, the penguin blanket, the Hearts of Hope keychain, and Max the Koala, and Poppy's C2C Unicorn blanket. For any visuals on those, just check the opening titles. They are all on there, so you'll be able to see those ones and what they look like completed, and then you can decide if you want to purchase the pattern. So of course, remember, the link will be up here hopefully, but if not, it is in the description box of this video, and it's also going to be on the end screen. Now, on last week's Whips, Bits and Chat, at the very end, in those outtakes, I ran a little competition. I can't believe some of you missed it. Or you may have chosen not to join in because you already have 7 patterns. But last week you had the opportunity to get your hands on a Vault Pass. So that Vault Pass is for the corner to corner winner only patterns. They are not patterns that are on the Ravely shop. Okay, these are winner only ones. There are 7 for you to choose from. So now I'm going to pop over, as I've given you the answer a couple of times, pop over to this camera that's hiding here, and I'm going to draw the winner. So good luck, everybody. Right, so here we are. I'm just popping in the URL code. We are going to filter duplicate users. Now I'm going to filter it based on a certain text. Now I asked, of course, I asked you for the number 7. So let's see how we go. There was 5 of you, so good luck to you all. Here we go. And the winner is Susan Sweet. Congratulations, darling. You have won yourself a Vault Pass. So if you can fire me off an email, you have a week to claim your prize. Now, if you've managed to get all 7 of the patterns, please say, and we will redraw on next week's video. Right? So congratulations, Susan. As I said in that little clip there, you've got a week to claim your prize. Remember, pop a comment on here first before firing off your email. You know what to do, girl. You've claimed a few in the past. So that's about it for this section, and let's move on to the next bit. Now is the best bit for me anyway. It is your photos, and now of course I'm on Instagram. I've been tagged in a gorgeous picture from a Unicorn, so I've nabbed it off of there, and here it is. Aren't they so cute? They are the very first Biddy baby hats are made by somebody else, and so she has made a few more since then. She got a wad of them, but there is no picture yet up on Insta of all of them. I just got a sneaky peek, so hopefully I will have another picture of them wads to show you shortly, or should I say show you now. All of the baby hats that she's making, she's donating to a local neonatal unit and hospital, which is in Gloucester. So congratulations, darling. They are looking lovely, and you are crocheting up a storm. Now on to the next image. This is a little bit cheeky because of course this is our Sabrina Melager, and she is modelling her version of the puzzle piece scarf and hat set. Yep, I'm putting her up first before I put my pictures up. I'm not that daring. Right, so that's it for me. Oh no, not quite. You guys have seen this t-shirt. I best show you the whole thing before I get told off. It says this t-shirt is tested on animals, and if you have a look, there's a lot of pictures of animals wearing said t-shirt. Okay, I nicked it off my daughter because it makes me smile. She spotted me wearing it, she told me off and told me I've got to put it in the wash later when I finish using it. Right, anyway, that's it for me for today. I'm going to be heading off now. I will see you all really soon. If you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody. Now, I do ask you guys not to add little ones into the photographs that you take, but our cheeky unicorn has got around it. Here you go. This picture is perfect. Absolutely perfect.